washing your white laundry, so your linens, socks, and undershirts will look fresher than ever. By focusing just on white laundry, our prices are 25% lower than the other guys. Plus, get an extra 10% discount by singing our slogan at the register. Hope to see you soon. Hi, it's Tom again from the laundromat that's been in the news, and I really want to apologize. I definitely should have realized that the name Whites Only Laundry sounds racist, is racist, and that was not my intention at all. But we've changed the name and fixed the problem. Whites Only Laundry is now No Coloreds Laundry. It still gets across that we can't wash colored clothes without any of the racial connotations of whites only. Plus, to make up for our terrible mistake, come on in before Friday and you'll get yourself a free t-shirt. Just don't wash it here because it has all these colors on it. Hi, it's Tom again. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. Obviously, changing the name only made things worse, and neither one of those are appropriate names for a laundromat or any business or anything. But I'm going to make things right. First, for the African American community, I've installed a special side entrance so that you'll know you're definitely welcome in my laundromat. Also, I've set aside separate but equally powerful washing machines exclusively for your use in the back of the laundromat, although they still only wash white clothes. And this time, to ensure I don't upset or disrespect anyone, I'm naming it after myself. And since my sister just had a baby, everybody come on down to Uncle Tom's Laundromat. Whites Only Laundry.
It's time for the best podcast around. Grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
Hey, folks, Joe Watson here. Remember, you want to find out about the Flyers hockey, you go to Corner Pub Sports. Great bunch of guys.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Fuck with my ass, man. Yeah.
He beats us.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Corner Pub Sports coming at you here live, back on a Friday night. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Apparently the term Uncle Tom is not offensive.
Apparently it's not.
Well, congratulations to Corner Pub Sports. We finally gotten canceled.
Sean, Ron, and Gary here, bringing you
What the fuck?
Yo, see, Brian, he didn't even want to hear our comments.
No.
He said our names.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, boy.
What happened? Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We have a absolutely packed show for you tonight. We have the Eagles schedule, which was released on Wednesday. Pete Rose is being reinstated to baseball. We got the Sixers getting the third pick. And we have the Flyers making a big hire. They hired a head coach. We're actually going to start with that. But before we get to that, as always, what are we drinking?
I got the Yingling Flight. Call me a pussy, call me what you will. But I found a beer I seriously enjoy, and it doesn't fuck me up the next day.
All right.
I'm drinking Lift Pass by New Trail Brewery.
No, New Trail, it's good stuff. Dude, Broken Heels. The Broken Heels by New Trail is excellent.
Yes.
Great beer.
That's that orange can, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's got it looks like a shoe print.
Yep.
And I'm drinking Pale Ale. Yard's Pale Ale.
Nice.
At least to start. I don't know if it's going to be my finishing beer. There's only a few left. I've been drinking a few tonight already. So, Jay chiming in. Gary's wasted. And Polsky.
So, Mark.
Before he falls asleep. Hand pop.
Yeah, hurry up. Get as much in as you can in the first 20 minutes or so. So
That's right. That's right. But yeah, so good stuff. Good beers. What is going on there at the Gary household? I hear a bunch of crap going on.
I'm sorry. She's taking the dog outside.
Oh, gotcha. We got Jay going. Hi, number 2 fan. Back to Mark. Before we get into it, I just want to extend another thank you to Marilyn Russell, who joined us last week.
That was a great show, man.
Dude, I reflected.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like, when you're in the moment and you're just in the moment, you're just
right.
Like, especially me, like I'm worried about 4 other things at once, and I'm trying to get the interview going, and we got the stuff going on, technical stuff. When I came back and listened back to it on Monday, I think it was, I was like, damn, this is good. Like, that was a really good show, and
that was fun.
She was an awesome guest, man.
Yeah.
You know what? She accepted for what we are. You know what I mean? Yeah, like we said some vulgar shit. We said some off the wall shit, and she just laughed and said, "You guys are nuts. Congratulations. This is great that you are here." She just went with the flow.
But Callie, the sober one, says bunch of pussies drinking beer. You guys want some cookies with them?
Coming from the quitter.
Yeah, you fucking quitter.
The other thing there was something else I wanted to say about that too. I remember. TJ and Diddy chimed in, and they both said, what was it that TJ said? Oh, he goes, I'm surprised that she thought she was ever going to see the light of day again after going to your basement. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So, all right, let's get at it. Let's talk. It's been a long time since we've done this because, let's be honest, they haven't done anything to feel good about them. But, and I don't know if we feel good about this, but the Philadelphia Flyers made a move.
I do. I don't hate it.
Flyers hired Rick Tocchet.
I don't hate it, but I don't know, man. Like, he's got that dump and chase style coaching. I just don't know if that's going to work. I don't know. I'm hoping. But that being said, the Flyers there's a lot of problems this team has. Like their blue line is going to be very vulnerable if they don't fix the defense and the goaltending. That's got to be first. But if they fix that and they get something that's, valuable, then Rick Tocchet can be successful. But going into where he's at now, it's danger. Like, it's a problem.
Yeah. Ryan, your initial thoughts on this Rick Tocchet signing?
Well, I think what the Flyers, what their biggest problems are, the penalty kill and the power play. Now I know Rick Tocchet. Apparently, he builds good relationships. He's good with young. He sticks up for his players and all. That's great. But there's got to be something why teams move on from him so fast. It's got to be something. And honestly, it feels like the same old thing. He's a Flyer guy.
Yeah, I mean, Callie just said it.
Which hasn't worked for 50 years. So,
but I mean,
I hope. I hope, but I'm not very optimistic about it. I hate this hire.
Wow. You just flat out hate it.
I hate it.
No promise, no hope.
No. But I'm hoping for the best, but just feels like the same old, man.
Yeah. Jay's saying he'll be gone in a year. And Callie's agreeing with you. A lot of people do. A lot of people hate the move. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Callie's responding to Polsky saying that he's thinking of him. He's in bed. Marilyn Russell, there she is. You also hate the Who, so.
That's a great point.
Marilyn, I don't know if you heard. We just gave
how can you not love the Who?
We just gave you a nice shout out, Marilyn. We loved having you as a guest. I really, all week I kept thinking about that show and how much fun it was. And thank you so much for coming on last week. That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
there's not one song by the Who that you like.
Yeah, not one.
I mean,
you don't like Bob O'Reilly?
yeah, there's a couple I like. I like Pinball Wizard.
Teenage Wasteland.
That's Baba O'Reilly.
No, that song's called Teenage
No,
Wasteland.
it's called Baba O'Reilly.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is.
All right,
Oh my-
all right.
Erroneous.
Dude, you just lost your credibility, man.
Yeah. Well,
She's got a good one. And actually, Pro Jam's cover is really good of it.
So is that the Heart covered it really good too.
Love Rain on Me, man. That's a great song.
Yep. But that's, I mean, I don't know, man. They just don't do it.
Yeah. All right. So my thoughts on the not that anyone asked for it.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean?
All right. So go over to cornerpubsports.net. Phil Mikowski, one of our listeners, just wrote a article about it. His very honest thoughts on it. I think his thoughts, to a degree, echo my own. It again on the surface, it's a complete Flyers hire, right? It's former player. You bring him in, and everyone's familiar with him because again, same situation. We know who he is. All that stuff. Ryan brings up a great point. The fact that why does he not last anywhere? He won 2 cups as an assistant with Pittsburgh, but hasn't won one as a head coach. He did win Coach of the Year 2 years ago or last year. He won Coach of the Year last year. Why is he now on the market as a free agent as a coach? Like why? It doesn't
right.
make sense. Like why is that happening? That's a concern. I feel the same way, and I don't like this. I feel the same way about this now as I did when John Tortorella was hired. I feel like this is a young team that needs a certain person, and I don't feel like this is the right hire for the team. I think a young team like this would have benefited from a situation like a college coach. Say you want about Dave Haxtell. I know that didn't quite work out. I think
look at Vegas.
Right.
They're a good team.
Yeah, like if you go younger with the coach, younger style, someone who understands these guys. Tocchet brings that rough mentality, which in the game doesn't exist anymore. Like it doesn't.
Yep. But you need some of it.
You do need some of it.
You need some of it.
In the playoffs, you do, but like you need speed and size. Like you got to be powerful. You got to be able to move. And the Flyers, my hope is that Mishkov is the guy that brings, because you know how for years this guy so much potential, like Tippett, Kaneki.
Mishkov's the real deal. He's the real deal, dude.
Right. So I'm hoping Mishkov is the guy that can bring it all together and they start living to their potential. Mm-hmm. But man, they had a chance to go to a direction here that would have been like, yeah, I like where this is going. Like even the guy from the Phantoms, like he's coaching your farm system, and he's obviously doing it. Look at the way that team's responding to the coaching.
Yeah,
and he knows the players. But
you know what the Phantoms are? You know what the Phantoms do well, Ryan? They do very well. They establish the forecheck.
Yeah,
that's got I don't care what the NHL is now, what it was then. You gotta still have a forecheck.
Yeah,
you got to be able to hit.
And your special teams, man. Like that was their special teams last year.
That was my next point, Sean.
Absolutely dreadful. So
yes.
Is Rick Tocchet going to be the guy that's going to change the
right? And speaking of Phil in his article, he mentioned it's been a good 10 years since the Flyers had a good power play.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, just 2-3 seasons ago, they led the NHL in fucking shorthanded goals.
Yeah.
You must be doing something right there.
Yeah, but they're also at the same time, their penalty kill was like 20th in the league. Mm-hmm. How's that possible?
Because they're even then their defense was bad, dude. Their defense and their goaltending is an issue.
So Phil said in his article he doesn't feel like the defense is that bad this year.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
that was the one. That was the one part I couldn't get behind. Is it dreadful? No, it's not dreadful. I mean, are there pieces there? Yeah, there are.
Right, there's hope.
But it's a bad defense.
Yeah, I mean, you traded away guys the last 2 years that could have still been helping you.
Your defense is only as good as your goaltending.
Right. And vice versa.
Yeah.
Like
your goaltender can only do so much. If it's a bunch of
unless he's the guy that the Flyers traded and Sergei Bobrovsky, who's like just winning this series by himself.
Probably.
Dude, he hasn't given up a goal in 2.5 games.
Like the shit that happened with Carter Hart set them back in that position.
That was a major misstep.
But was Carter Hart even that guy? He wasn't proven yet.
But I'm Ryan. But you had to account for what he did do. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't a proven franchise goaltender yet. So I don't know about. I don't like. I hear you, guy. Like he
was better when they put on better than what they put on the ice.
He was the best thing they've had in quite a while.
First time they made the playoffs was the
right.
The last time they made the playoffs was with Carter Hart, and he looked really good that year.
Right. So he's the best thing they've had in quite a while. But I don't know if Carter Hart was proven.
No.
Now he may have been much better if he didn't have this trial in the back
proven
of his
innocent
mind.
till guilty, right?
Well,
yeah.
Hard dick is a hard dick.
But yeah, like he may have been better if he didn't have this trial in the back of his mind.
Yes. It's a shame.
It is.
Like he's so young and he's talented. But his mental, he might be fucked for a long time.
Hey, that's why, like we've talked about it when I brought it up. Like there should be some kind of psychiatric evaluation to see if you're mentally capable to play in this city.
Yeah. And not only that, like it goes beyond that. Like, first of all, Phil can write. Pulsey's asking, and then Callie goes, he scribbles crayons.
Phil, where you at? You're not on here to defend yourself.
When Phil listens back, man, Phil always listens, so he'll hear it for sure. Phil did a nice job with it. But that was the one thing I disagree with Phil on was it with the defense thing.
Well, thank you for contributing in an article.
No, it was great. It was a great article, and check it out, cornerpubsports.net. It's up now. Yeah. So it's a good read. It's a quick read.
You put that up on Facebook. You said something, and Phil said something. I said something back to Phil. Phil said something back to me. I said, you know what? This could go on for fucking 4 days. So I just shut up.
No, I didn't see all that.
Yeah. Like I commented on it, but I didn't see anything else.
Well, hey.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Right. Here's hoping. I hope everything you hear about Rick Tocchet is right, and he guides this team to the next step at least.
We all said when the Flyers hired Tortorella, I don't know how he's going to. I don't know with these young guys how he's going to do it.
You were stepped out for a second. That's exactly what I said. I feel the same way about that as I do about this move. The only, I don't know, man.
But I mean, Sean, like his thing is he gets along well and he's able to develop young players.
So Jordan Hall, who we've had on the show a couple times, covers the Flyers for NBC Sports Philly. Check him out at Jordan Hall on X. He tweeted out something saying that Danny Briere said that having Tocchet here has already made an impact, that free agents are already calling about possibly coming.
That is something that you hear, that he has excellent relationships with the agents.
Like this could go a whole different direction.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be like it can.
Yeah, but not yet. Not yet. They're not ready to buy yet.
It's not. It's not next year you're in.
Right.
Like you're
probably the following year.
But right.
They still got to sign guys though. They still need another, like, who's not going to want to play with Mitchkov? Like you need someone else. Like you need more.
Like an athletic center to put with him.
Dude,
Rick Tocchet is a big name. He's a big name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He is.
But I mean, this is the year where you gotta see something different. Like you gotta see production here.
Right. Like I want to see a consistent year from Konecki. He gives me 34 goals. I'm happy with that as long as it's a consistent year.
Right.
He can't have these 6-week stretches where he's invisible.
Right, Ryan. So what I'm saying,
same thing with Owen Tippett. Like they invested a lot in this kid, and he's shown some signs. But like
that kid, if he's steered the right way,
like a lot of people believe he could be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
he's just got to believe it.
Right.
Yeah, he has potential, man.
And he's still young. He's very young. But I mean, like I'm talking about like the whole era, the Briere Jones era. You got to see it different this season.
This is
the season where you got to see something different.
This draft is huge for them.
Yes.
You got a ton of picks. You better make the best of this pick.
You can't fuck it up, Sean.
No.
You can't fuck it up.
No, you can't.
Draft 6 goalies like you did last year. You know, you need to invest these picks in guys who are going to make a difference and hopefully soon, because
like me personally in that first round, if you don't trade picks away in that first round, one of them picks
got to move up.
That's got to be a goaltender. It's got to be a goaltender.
I just said though, the last year they drafted 3 of them.
Yeah, I don't think they got. I think
they weren't bona fide goaltenders. Sean.
Right.
They were.
So who's their first round?
I don't know.
Right.
Sean.
My thought on that is my thought there. Like they have like 7 goaltenders in the system.
Right.
My thought is stop splitting time. Pick a guy and figure out if he's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like whether it's Fedorov or Urson. Pick a guy and go with him. This is our starting goaltender.
I don't think either one.
Like the two Russian goaltenders, like they came to the Flyers with a high ceiling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you need to commit to one of those 2 Russian goaltenders, then do it.
Well, the first question
just commit to them.
Motherfucker, do you speak it?
Babushka!
Apparently, that's the issue with Kozlov. Like, the communication isn't there. They leave him in a hotel. He doesn't know how to order food because he can't speak English.
Right. And he gets pissed off.
Right.
Yeah, motherfuckers, I wanted pizza. Now I'm going back to Russia. Fuck you. But I mean, like him, Kozlov, Fedotov, those goaltenders.
Jack me off.
They're talented goaltenders.
Suck me off.
Flick me off. Yeah, flick that bean.
Finish me off.
My name is Sergey. Suck me off.
Suck me off.
Speaking of
9.
Dolph Lundgren throughout the first pitch of the Phillies game tonight.
Yeah, why Dolph Lundgren? I don't.
If he dies, he dies.
I don't know. I have no idea. He looked good though, man. But he threw like a girl. Like, no offense to any girls who can throw, but he threw like
yeah.
He's like 70 years old.
Oh, he's the pussy of the USSR.
But the
back
Eagles.
to the U.S. Back to the U.S. Back to the USSR.
The kicker doesn't miss.
He's why Russia can't beat Ukraine.
That's it. Yeah, it's him. Yeah,
it's his fault.
Yeah.
All right, so we're kind of. I mean,
we'll bomb children's hospitals, but we still can't win.
So we're all kind of optimistically optimistic, right? Or cautiously optimistic, I guess is a better term. I was going to say optimistically cautious for some reason.
No, Brian just flat out hates it.
Yeah, but like I hated the Tortorella hire, but I was hopeful. Like, and again, I'm hoping this is it. I'm hoping, but I completely agree with you, bro. If you don't see some kind of progress next year, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
You're right, because Briere is supposed to be this fucking brainiac. We're running an organization.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Well, Gar, another team we haven't talked about in a while. So all 4 teams are represented tonight, man, in a big way. This is an action-packed show, man. The 76ers were in the NBA lottery. They had the best odds to get the 6th pick.
Predetermined lottery.
Predetermined lottery. That wasn't. Here you go, right? What? NBA runs the NHL.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're the same friggin' thing.
Yeah. So the 76ers end up with the 3rd pick. They move up, and they get the 3rd pick in the draft. Kind of interesting situation. I mean, obviously, you wanted one who, coincidentally, the Dallas Mavericks end up getting, and we have
of course they did.
We have a conspiracy theory about that. We'll get that in a second. On the surface, you're going, all right. This is the Sixers team that was in the playoffs the year before, got hurt this year, and look, if they were healthy, they were going to make the playoffs, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, they'd have been a playoff team. Yeah.
So
if Embiid played 56 games, George played 53 games, they're a playoff team.
So this is Jason. This is the crew. All right, let's get drunk.
Yeah, man.
So Brian, you're saying that like you're convinced.
Well, but he's not wrong. Like the Sixers would have been in the playoffs last year.
They would have made the playoffs. They were a top 6 team if these guys are healthy.
Yeah.
This team felt like Maxey got hurt. Like everyone got hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his pinky.
Right, I think the Maxey
they get bumped out in the first round.
Well, that's besides the point, Gar.
It's still a playoff team.
They'd be a playoff team. Chris
and Philly goes, you guys are talking Sixers? Now I need to do meth.
Fucking Sixers.
So let's talk about the conspiracy theory, and I'm going to talk about the 3rd pick because I have a scenario I want to bring up to you guys. Don't you scenario me, guy. I have a scenario I want to bring up and see what you guys think. I'm pretty sure you're all going to be on board, but the conspiracy theory is with the Mavericks getting the pick.
Yeah, so there's no doubt the league came to the Mavericks and said, yo, trade Luka to the Lakers because the Lakers need a face, someone they can, advertise and everything. And LeBron's at the end of his career. Has nothing to do with getting has nothing to do with LeBron getting another ring. So they trade and they say you trade him to the Lakers and we'll make sure you get the number 1 pick.
Right. So they're not doing it like this. Like a baseball with a baseball glove on.
Yeah.
And they think the fans don't know.
No, I think they know that the fans know. They just don't care.
Like, see?
Yeah.
Like
it's so blatant. It's so blatant. So like,
so as an NBA fan, why would you continue to watch and support? Because Brian, Brian, hey, Mr. Sheets, take your shorts off because I'm fucking you right in your ass.
I hear you.
That's why I did it this year.
Right. Like I didn't. I actually watched more basketball in the past 2 weeks than I have all year.
Yeah.
The playoffs have actually been good, even though I hate the brand of the game. They've been good games, though.
Jason says you need a recliner.
Yeah, like straight up. You offering? Bring it over.
Chris just said, "Does anyone even watch the NBA?" I've been dead inside since the Kawhi Leonard shot. I saw that post. I saw your post the other day. They pulled me back in.
Yep.
And I've been dead since the Boston series when they should have won Game 6 and then failed to even show up for Game 7. That's when I've been dead. I've been out ever since.
This Sixers team ain't had anything it started to be about since Allen Iverson was gone.
So I want to get Yaron White. I want to get Yaron Weitzman back on our show because we had him on right before COVID hit, and his book Tanking to the Top came out, and he had all that dirt about the Colangelo stuff, which was a great book. Check it out, Tanking to the Top, and it gives you all the inside stuff what was going on with the Sixers during those tanking years and a little beyond when they start making the playoffs. Ben Simmons and Fultz, the stuff about Fultz, his mom. Did you get to read that, Ryan?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
got Fultz running out after his mom, running after him in the street, and all like crazy stories, like crazy stuff.
Weekend
I want to get him on and see what he thought about them now. See what he thought about the situation going on now. But all right, so my scenario with this draft pick. First of all, someone asked me this week and said, would you trade the pick? And immediately, my initial reaction was no, because nothing's guaranteed. You stay at 3. Now I wasn't thinking ahead. All right, I wasn't thinking jump up. I was thinking jump back. I've seen people go, "Oh, you got to trade that pick and gain assets." Why?
Take the best player available.
Absolutely, 100%. You do not trade back in the NBA because, first of all the protected picks nonsense that they do. You have no idea what a team's going to do the following year. You're in a spot to take one of the top 3 players in the draft. You can get a really good player here. But he's like, no, man, not that. And I'm going to give credit to him. I don't know. He's probably not listening right now. Ryan Adams, who tunes in once in a while. I haven't seen his name pop up yet. His scenario was, and I'm going to save this for you because Gary doesn't care. He just leaves in the middle of the point. You trade Embiid and that 3rd for the 1st. Would you do it?
I don't think it's enough. Why would the Dallas Mavericks take Embiid? They got Anthony Davis.
They do, but you have Anthony Davis and you match him up next to Embiid inside. Like you put them both on the floor at the same time.
But there's not even a guarantee Embiid's going to play. Like I don't think Embiid gets it done. I think it's Maxey, the 3rd pick, and Paul George maybe.
I'm not doing all that for 2 picks. I'm not doing all that to move up 2 picks.
But you would trade Embiid?
I would trade Embiid in the pick only to move up 2 spots.
Yeah, that's what
I traded Paul George and not Paul George, whatever. But trading Maxey and the 3rd and Paul George to me is too much. Like,
no. I'm sorry. Wait, yeah, that's way too much. I mean the 3rd pick and Tyrese Maxey for the 1st pick.
Yeah,
I'm doing it all day.
Yeah, I mean, you might. I still think it's a lot. I still think that's a lot. Like it's crazy saying that because talking about Embiid being a former MVP. But I think MVP's. I think he's toast. I think Embiid's toast.
So
Chris is saying, what about Embiid, McCain in the 3rd? Oh, by the way, McCain.
That would get Embiid off your books.
Yeah, it would, and then you can try to move Paul George out of here too.
Yeah.
After that,
and then just rebuild it around Maxey and Flag.
McCain has a new nail polish line out called MVP. Did you see that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's what we have going for us. McCain looked really good last year, though. And now we didn't even mention him. We were talking about the Sixers being hurt. We didn't even mention McCain. McCain looked really good, and then he went down with the injury. He just said it. Dude was in the rookie year. But he really did.
And I agreed, but like that's not stopping the trade for me. If you're offering Maxey in 3 and they say we want McCain, or Embiid in 3 and they say we want McCain too. Okay.
So then the next question, obviously, like we're saying all this, right? Obviously, the next question is, okay, is Josh Flagg that guy?
Cooper Flag.
I mean, Josh Flagg. Fuck Josh Flagg. Cooper Flagg. Where am I getting Josh Flagg from?
I have no idea.
Josh Flagg. Where the fuck did that come from?
I think Cooper Flagg looks as close to the real thing as it can look. His game has to develop. Like he has to. He's got to get a little thicker to play in the NBA. But he could shoot. He could defend. He could pass. He can rebound. Yeah, I think he's as close to the real thing as you can get to the real thing.
Josh Flagg's a retired real estate broker. I have no idea where I pulled that from. You know what, Josh? We were talking about Josh before the show.
Okay.
Foo Fighters fired Josh Freeze. Maybe that's what I have no idea. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, remember the time we had actually let me see if I can play it. We had Riley Tocchet on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, this is Riley Tocchet, and you're listening to Corner Pop Sports.
And I called him Riley Cooper.
Oh yeah.
It's like Bradley Cooper. I'm like, oh, sorry, that's the racist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to sell us weed.
And he's like, what the fuck?
He's probably got some good shit.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta grab a beer, fellas.
All right. So, Gar,
Go ahead.
asking you while Ryan's taking his beer, getting his beer, would you trade Joel Embiid and the third round pick and the third overall pick to get the first overall pick? Move up 2 spots.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter.
Might be a point. You don't think it makes that much of it? You don't think it even matters?
Not with that cocksucker Maury as your fucking GM.
He has not done anything since he's been here.
No, he's done nothing impressive.
Nothing impressive at all. He's been a major, actually, disappointment.
Like he brought the beard here,
James Harden.
And the beard did nothing. He got pissed off.
Yeah, now
Like
now he doesn't want to talk to him anymore.
Right. Yeah, right. But that's what the NBA allows.
They do.
Like James Harden has that attitude because the NBA allows him to have it. Everywhere he goes, I'm not happy here.
Mm-hmm. Trade me.
Like I'm done. I had enough.
But, hold on. Let's look at Gary. Or Jesus. Let's look at Ryan's decor here. Hold on. This is some nice blinds we got going on there, right? Look, I like
What's that light on the back of the chair?
I like the sheer. I like the sheer curtains there. He's got going. Oh, the wind's blowing. He's got the wind kind of blowing. Kind of slowly blows the shears in.
Well, he's got his AC on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true.
So that's when that dust, that's when that puff of air hits the curtains at that time.
Right. I like the plants in the back. Right. Like, nice color coordination. They're all like light green. You know, they got the light green pots there, and then
what's that one? What's that one on the left? All the way on the left. What is that?
Oh, that's a.
That must be his boner plant because it's the tallest one.
Yeah, and you got the little cacti. The little cacti on the right. All right, it's a nice item Ryan's got going on there.
He has no idea.
Oh, he doesn't.
No
I
idea.
I like the sheer curtains though. They're a nice touch. Nice touch.
Well, with the knot in the middle.
Yeah, the knot. Yeah.
What are we in fucking Rome?
Let's look at this.
Well, who's he think he is? Caesar?
Let me give these curtains a ponytail.
Yeah, like that's the curtains around Cleopatra's bed.
Look at this action. Look at this action going on here.
Yeah.
Like handlebars.
Yeah. Like what the fuck, dude? Like you couldn't buy a curtain tie back? No, we'll just put it in a knot.
Get a set of fucking rubber bands.
Yeah.
Better than that.
Like what the fuck?
Right. So Chris said the problem with Embiid, he's never been challenged by the Sixers when he came to his conditioning. Dude, he's 100% on here. No one ever told, hey, Chick-fil-A sandwiches before Chick-fil-A sandwiches before the playoff game might not be a good idea. He missed a huge playoff game because he had the shits. How was Morey supposed to run this team when Embiid do whatever he wanted? And I despise Morey. Dude, and he's
every time the Sixers get to the postseason with Embiid, he ends up with some fucking kind of injury.
Some weird injury, right? Like,
yes.
Look, some of them weren't his fault. Like some of them were like complete, running into some guy's elbow. The one, like I remember when we were on the air when the injury was announced, when he was running down, doing the arm plane thing.
Well, and then the orbital injury,
it's getting clot. It's like, well, you're going to act like an asshole. That's what's going to happen,
But that wasn't the first time.
Dave Peterson, what's up, brother?
Like he had that injury before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, two times.
Like he's a clown. As long as he's on the team, the Sixers ain't going to do nothing.
That should be the name of the show. What Chris just said. And again, Chris of Philly Podcast. Want to give him a shout out too. Check him out. Philly Podcast. They also do the NEP, which is the Northeast Philly Podcast. Check those guys out. Great stuff.
They're
Some
the
of the
guys we had on last week, right? Or
a couple
2 weeks ago.
And some of the guys were on with Drunk Phil's fans this week as well. So check those guys out. It's a good stuff. Check out their page. They have a great show. A great
And
page.
they got a very good following too.
So I was gonna say that should be our name of our show. The Shit's Broken Eye Orbital. That should be the name of the show. Ryan, when we go on the show, you got to listen back to when you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
Just watch the stream. That's all.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. Marilyn said, "Sixers blow." You know.
I mean, there it is.
There it is.
There should be 75 exclamation points next to that.
Yeah.
Chris, all Chris said, this is to you, Ryan. Buy some rubber bands. You'll know what it means. You'll know what it means when you watch that.
But right now, he's like, "What do you mean?"
It was funny as shit. It's awesome.
I can imagine.
It's awesome.
Brian's taking rubber bands.
It's nothing offensive.
What am I castrating a cow?
It's nothing offensive. It was funny as shit. Like it's awesome. Yeah. All right. I think it's time. I think we gotta get into something that a lot of people have been waiting for, because they haven't seen it 17,000 times on socials.
She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
It's time for the Philadelphia Eagles schedule. Our breakdown. It's, by the way, the Jerry McCain. Yep, it's called MVP. His nail polish collection, MVP. Good for him. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles schedule was released on Wednesday, which is like a mini holiday in itself. Like everyone waits for the NFL schedule.
Dude, isn't it amazing? Like the NFL has figured out a way to make the schedule release like dominate the airwaves. Dominate. Whenever,
you know what, Ryan? That's been that way since we were kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's just amazing. Like, everything's a spectacle, and it makes so much money.
Chris, this is from
crazy.
She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
Brian. It's a gala event.
That is.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the gala event.
Chris, that was from Chappelle's show. That was from the haters player club when they were doing the whole thing and they were talking about who was he talking about when he said that?
She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
Wasn't he doing like
it was
thing?
It was Charlie.
A skit.
Yeah, he was talking to Charlie Murphy.
He was, but they had a picture of someone up on the thing, and he's.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell was that?
Oh,
I don't remember. Anyway, but that's Chappelle's show. So,
like, the last few weeks I've been watching some of his stuff on Netflix. I love when he comes up and he's thinking of a joke and he looks at the audience and he just.
Yeah, it's just
smiles. Then he tells the joke. Like he's
that's
great.
the GOAT. That's the GOAT right there. That's the GOAT.
Oh, Garrett, by the way, what casino are you going to tomorrow night for this show?
Rivers.
Oh, all right.
Who are you going to see?
Grand Funk Railroad. Dude,
Mark?
Yes.
Mark called me. He goes, "Yeah, we're going to Parks Casino." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Who's playing?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are they seeing?" I look it up. I'm like, Joey Diaz. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, this comedian. I'm like, Joey Diaz is playing at Parks. I'm like, dude, you're not going to Parks. Like, I hope you don't go to Parks by accident. What do you mean? He said it's 15 minutes from his house. I'm like, dude, it's Rivers Casino. It's like half hour from his house. Like, oh, fuck. All right. But yeah, so that'd have been funny. You guys roll up thinking you're going to see Grand Funk Railroad and this fucking comedian.
Joey Diaz.
which, by the way, might be a better show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Joey Diaz is funny as hell, man.
I like Joe Coy. You ever see Joe Coy, Sean?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah,
he's not bad. He's not.
Dude,
his latest one was really good when he did the Biggie thing.
I didn't see it.
That was good.
Tom Segura has a show, a miniseries. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, Jake was telling me about it today
Bad
at work.
Thoughts.
What's that called?
Bad Thoughts. It's all like shit that he thought of and just jotted down. And each episode's a different story. All I've heard so far is you need to have a warped sense of humor. I'm like, well,
Perfect.
Oh, didn't he do a cartoon too?
Tom Segura?
No, I think you're thinking of Bill Burr. Bill Burr did.
Yeah.
Bill Burr did F is for Family, which is
dude, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, that's good shit.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The fucking neighbors cheating on him all the time. What's his face? I forget who voices him now. He's in all the Wes Anderson movies.
Neighbor's got a giant fucking dick.
But
Well, let's not start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
here we go. NFL. Should I do the music? I gotta do the NFL music, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we gotta do the NFL music. All right. I gotta find it. So the schedule's released. We were talking about the social medias. Did you see the Eagles? The Eagles one?
No, I probably not.
It was nothing. It was nothing great. It was like the 2001: Space Odyssey theme song, and it was just them the trophy.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, NFL Phillies presents Philadelphia Eagles, starring the Philadelphia Eagles, and it does this whole. It's like 2 minutes long, and at the very end, co-starring, and then it shows the schedule real quick, like real small.
Like that's secondary. Like
yeah. I was like, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. I got the music going. All right.
Are we going through game by game?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So my memories showed up last year. I had them at 13.
Yeah, I seen you shared it. Yeah.
13-4. All right. I'm gonna challenge you guys to keep track of your own win-loss. All right. Okay. So Chris just said the Chargers won the schedule release with the Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins. All right. So I didn't see it. I heard that they had to apologize to Tyreek Hill for something. So let me know what they did. I saw Seattle, which was awesome. They did action figures, and like it looked really cool. Like they did a nice job. Like the Eagles to me, like did kind of a, yeah, we're champs and this is what we're gonna do. It was kind of like the lamest one they've done, to be honest with you. But I heard the Chargers had to apologize to Tyreek Hill.
Wow.
So I'm gonna see what Chris comes back with. I didn't see what they did. All right, here we go. While we're waiting for his response, the Eagles will open up the NFL season Thursday night, which is not a surprise because the Super Bowl champs always get to. Let me say that again. Because the Super Bowl champs. Come on, guys.
Let's say it again.
G-O-E-S.
Eagles. Had to, you guys are virtual. Had to catch up with you guys. It worked. So September 4th, for the first time in 25 years, the Eagles will open up against the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas fans can rejoice. The Dallas players, most of them, pretty much all of them, can see a banner drop for the first time in their lifetime in Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah, because they're never going to see it in playing for Dallas.
Love it. I love it.
Actually, Dallas had a good draft, though.
I think Dallas is going to be a much better team this year.
So do I.
Fuck Dallas.
So do I. But I will tell you, though, like when I first seen it, it was like, all right. Raise the banner in front of the Cowboys. All right.
Yeah.
But if God forbid they lose this game to that team on that night, it's a bad start to the season.
Are you serious? All right. They're not losing that fucking
It's
game.
possible.
They're
It
not
could
losing
happen.
that. They're not losing that fucking game.
Right.
No way.
Yeah, because they don't lose football games. Like any.
I mean, Detroit went into Kansas City a year before and beat them. You think Kansas City fans didn't think the same way you do, Gar? Like it's possible.
All right, it is possible.
All right, so what do you guys got?
I gotta win.
Jerk off.
Yeah, I gotta win. I got to win. What do you got, Gary?
A win.
Gary's
right.
got him 17-0. Are you kidding?
Next week, speaking of the Chiefs, they go to Kansas City and take on the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
I do like having
59
I do like having 10 days rest, but Kansas City's going to have 9 days rest. So it kind of evens out. I got this a loss.
Eagles are 2-0.
I got to win.
Eagles get them. Yes.
Probably stupid, but I got to win just because. Just because. Third game of the year, they come back home, and you're going to notice a trend, ladies and gentlemen. Home, away, home, away, home, away. They're come back home to take on the Rams at home.
That's a West Coast team coming across their country. That's a win.
What the? Wait, hold on. They already have the lines out for these. Eagles are 1.5 underdogs against the Chiefs. You got to win, you said?
Yeah.
Gareth?
I think the Rams are all fully healthy in this game. I think the Rams get them. This is a loss.
Yeah, I think I'm overshooting here. I do think they're going to start off 2-1. It might not be in this order, but I do think they drop one of the first 3 games.
Right, because the Eagles always start slow.
Yeah, and they're going to come off.
That's 3 tough games.
Dude, it doesn't get any easier.
Right.
It doesn't get any easier.
First team in NFL history to play 10 playoff teams from the previous year.
I fucking love it.
I hear you, Gar. Bring it on.
I love it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Next game, they go down to Tampa again in September again to take on Tampa in probably 90 degrees weather again.
That's a loss. They don't win in Tampa.
What you got, Gary?
I think the trend changes here, bro. I got them winning.
I have a loss. I think they're 2-2 to start the year.
Same here.
Just something. Yeah, they just don't have good luck down there. Tampa's still a good team. Yeah, Chris just said it's going to be 119 degrees. Now look,
Right.
Tampa has to play in the 2.
But they're used to it. And I mean, you don't get used to that, but
based on what happened last year, like what makes me think? Well, there's
119 degrees. I mean,
there are some differences.
Yeah, them back crack waterfalls. That's dangerous. 119 degrees.
Exactly.
No, your sweat's trimmed down the crack of your ass.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
no, not at all.
That was the game that changed the philosophy of the team.
Yep.
Here,
Yep.
Cooper DeJean, we're putting you in. Maddox, you're gone. We're changing up our linebacker. Devin White, you're gone. Jacoby, this is your team. You're leading the team now. Like there was a lot of changes that game. So it's a different team next year, and we got to remember one thing when we're doing this: teams are chasing us now.
Right.
We're
gonna get everybody's best shot. Right.
All right. They come back home. They fly back up, 2-hour flight. Not bad, but again, they're on a plane again. October 5th to take on the Broncos, 1:00 game. So, by the way, after the first game, that's an 8:20 game. Obviously, it's national. It's a 4:25 against the Chiefs, as expected. Then these next 3 games, the LA Rams, the Buccaneers, and the Broncos are all at 1:00. All right. They have a few 1:00 games sprinkled in here, and then there's like one more, and then you don't see another one until like December. It's crazy how the schedule works out. All right, so Broncos, what do you think?
Again, West Coast team coming across the country, playing at 1:00. I gotta win.
I see you guys are going to hate me, but I think the Broncos get us.
I'm not gonna hate you.
Broncos
got a good team.
This is a loss.
Yeah, Peyton has a chance to. Bo Nix is a good quarterback. At least his first year. Peyton has always done a nice job with these teams he coaches. So, no, I hear you. I think the Eagles win though because it's home. I think they eke out a win here, and I think it's not pretty. So I have a 3-2 at this point. All right, now you're going to New York. Quick bus ride, not bad. To take on the Giants, October 9th, which is a night game. That is a Thursday night. So now you're playing your second Thursday night football in 2 months, and it doesn't. They do another one. So, Giants Thursday night football.
I gotta win. Still the Giants.
I gotta win here. I gotta win here as well. I mean, like the Giants got 55 fucking quarterbacks. I mean, by this time, I think let's not like Russell Wilson. He may be able to rejuvenate the Giants to make them competitive.
They're gonna be better.
Yeah,
they're gonna be better.
They still don't have a running back. They still don't have
They still don't have an offensive line.
No.
But that defense.
It's a good defense.
That's a
good defense.
Much better.
Yeah. So I mean, I still got the Eagles winning this game, but I just think it's a dogfight, and because it's a fucking,
a game that's closer than it should be.
Yeah, dude, like it's a dogfight. Like the Giants and Eagles are always something fucking shitty happens, and you gotta put your players in position to win. Something always happens with this game. I do like the Eagles here. I think the Eagles win.
Something that always happens when we look at schedules, and it's obviously it's May, right? Like a lot of things can still happen, but like teams injuries or the play or teams that should be good aren't good or teams that shouldn't be good are good. Like it always balances out.
Yep.
Just because the Giants were bad last year doesn't mean they're going to be good this year. Just because the Commanders were really good last year doesn't mean they're going to be good this year. Like there's
the Giants might have a year like the Redskins last year or the Commanders last year.
Like if you go back to the late 80s, early 90s, the NFC East was one of the best conferences in the entire league. We're slowly getting back there.
So we have a Giants fan. Jamie Zimenoff said Giants fans. I hope they crush the Giants that we suggest the Jackson Dart era can start.
Yeah, like I don't think that's going to take real long before he's a starter.
No, you're not going to see him in next season, man.
You don't think? Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, they are because the Giants are going to be bad. What's the point?
I think Russell Wilson smoked.
So are. And you're going to put Winston in. And Winston's going to throw 5 touchdowns for 3 games, but in them 3 games, he's going to throw 17 picks.
All right.
So they're just going to have to bench him. Yeah.
Look at his fingers.
Look, in 3 games, he'll have 1,200 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, and 14 picks.
Like Russell Wilson's one of them fucking old school, back school quarterbacks that he's getting up there in age. Yeah, he shouldn't be here, but he just. All right, I'm on a new team, and he does something. I just think he's got a little bit left.
What, like he did with the Broncos, guy? Like he did with the Steelers?
Well, I mean, with the Steelers, he wasn't terrible.
Last half of the year, he was.
All right, But I mean, why did the Giants sign him?
Because it's to put asses in the seats for the first while they're rebuilding this thing.
Because he's Russell fucking Wilson. You know what I mean? Like every quarterback like that, Ryan, has that 1 year where he has.
I think
He's got that story. Russell Wilson has that fucking availability to get that story. You know what I mean, Ryan? He didn't get that story in Pittsburgh.
Availability, he has
right.
That.
Maybe he gets that. Maybe he gets that story in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has that.
Gary, you need more beer?
No, I got more.
All right, cool.
All right, so they play the Giants. They go on to Minnesota, travel two road games in a row here to Minnesota to play a pretty what was a decent Vikings team. I don't know what you're getting out of that team now.
Yeah, this one's hard to call. Because you don't know what JJ McCarthy is. Like, is it the same team as last year? Is JJ McCarthy like the real deal? Do they look good? But just on the surface, with the way the schedule's played out, going to Minnesota, I'm going to call it a loss.
Who's their quarterback?
JJ McCarthy.
Man, dude, man, I don't know. This is a really tough one to call.
The Vikings don't beat the Eagles.
I'm gonna call
the Vikings have trouble against the Eagles, even when the Eagles play shitty. Like the Vikings don't beat them.
I'm gonna call it a win. I
got a win here as well.
That sounds like to me like on a turf. That's like a Saquon game. He goes just off. He goes nuts on it.
Again, the only reason I'm calling it a loss because it's in Minnesota.
All right, so I'm 5-2 at this point.
I'm 4-3.
And then they play the Giants in Week 8 at home at 1-5.
That's a win. I got them 5-3 at the break.
Me too.
I got them 6-2. Now things change. That's all I'm going to say. All right, I got them at 6-2. They have a bye, which is a perfect bye, Week 9, perfect spot.
Yep.
They're feeling good. They're like, all right, 5-3 or 6-2. Like, all right, like we're all right. We're turning. Yeah, you got to go to Lambeau for a Monday Night Football game, November 10th, against the Packers.
Win.
I'm calling this a win too.
The Packers have a hard time beating us.
But I'm so it's coming off the bye, so it's a 2-week break. And the Packers, like, until it's otherwise, like, Jordan Love is going to keep you in the game with his stupid decisions. So, like, until that changes, I'm going to keep going that way. So I'm saying the Eagles probably get a couple turnovers. Eagles usually take care of the ball very well.
Yeah, but by week 10, Jordan Love's probably got carpal tunnel in his thumb on the throwing hand.
So I'm calling this a win.
You win. I have a loss. I think they're due. I think they're due to beat us. Season opener, season ender last year for them. Chris has a good point. Are we overlooking the Eagles coaching staff? Like, are they really good with the exception of the OC? Like, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen there. And he said, fuck Jordan Love. The first few plays, I'm running the tush push out of spite. They should run the tush push the whole game and just look at LaFleur every time they do it.
Yeah.
Just ram it down their throats.
That's an A.J. Dillon game.
It could be.
Yeah,
Revenge
it could be.
A.J. Dillon. So then you go back home, and this is nice because you do have an extra, it's a short week, but you're playing Sunday night. So you're going from Monday night to Sunday night. That's not.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Against the Lions.
That's in Detroit.
No, it's home.
Oh, that's home.
Yeah, you're home.
That's a loss.
I'm calling that a win in a really tough, exciting, fun game. I'm calling that a win.
I have a loss. I don't.
Ryan, if the Lions are 100% healthy, that's a battle.
But it's in Philly.
I mean,
what the Lions do good is run the ball. What the Eagles do good on defense is stop the run. That's not going to change with with anything that's not there, like with the corner situation or whatever. Like, they're going to stop the run. They're going to make Jared Goff beat them, and when you do that, Jared Goff's going to make a mistake.
All right. So the young players stepping up on our defense. You think?
Yeah, but stopping the run is going to come from the guys that have been there. It's going to be Davis and Carter. Like, Carter's going to be 2 steps better this year than he was last year. Like, he hasn't even reached his ceiling yet.
Chris said, "Don't forget, Lions have no coordinators because they got poached."
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of changes out there too. So I'm I'm taking the Eagles with a win here.
All right, that's good.
It's a
All
battle.
right.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
Then they go out and play Dallas in Dallas. And that game is a 4:25 game right before Thanksgiving, I think. Or right after Thanksgiving. I don't know when Thanksgiving is. I think it's before Thanksgiving this year.
Sure.
Yeah, Sunday before Thanksgiving, yeah.
So
I got a loss.
Against the Lions, that's in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, November 16th. It's Sunday Night Football.
So the Cowboys game, I got a loss here. They usually split with the Cowboys. So yeah, I got a loss.
I hate to say it, I do too. I have 3 losses. This is crazy, but I have 3 straight losses come out of the bye.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
like
so
it.
you got them 6-5.
Now I'm 6-5 now. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
I got them 7-4. I don't know what Gary's got them.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm not waiting for Gary to come back. We'll just keep going here. I don't like it, but I have some thoughts I'm going to share after this. After we do this, so they then follow that up with a very short week. They had to travel from Dallas back home to Philly. Short flight, but now you're playing the Bears on Black Friday. Caleb Williams, by the way, I just want to mention this. I knew I didn't like Caleb Williams coming out of college. And I'm surprised the Bears did because Caleb Williams is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We talked about it on our show, how he had all these crazy demands and he wanted this and that and all, and like before he even played a snap in the NFL, and he wanted all this extra money and all this crazy stuff. And a book has come out basically exposing Caleb Williams, basically saying he tried to throw the draft. Like he tried to throw the Bears from taking him in the draft, saying that he would talk shit. His words, he would talk shit about the city of Chicago just so the Bears want to draft him. And the Bears GM polls came out and said, we're going to draft you anyway. I don't care what you say. And then he was quoted as saying, his dad was quoted as saying, Chicago's where quarterbacks go to die.
No, that's the Browns.
Yeah. I hear you, bro.
But he said, he was talking, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But that's not entirely true because Baker Mayfield has had a pretty nice career for himself.
But his career was almost dead if he would have stayed there, Sean.
No, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Baker, wasn't terrible with Chicago, with Cleveland.
No, but Cleveland didn't believe in him.
They started surrounding no quarterback with receivers. Like they started Nick Chubb and those guys, and then they started building that receiving core up a little bit. But they had no quarterback at that point.
Right.
Defense, they don't know how to run a team. The Cleveland's a fucking mess. What do we got here? So Chris is saying Dak will be hurt. Pickens will have fought 4 cornerbacks by then. After
he's a head case. Like that Pickens is a fucking head case.
And he said, "What about the Jets? Like the Jets are another team that can't.
Cool,
yeah, can't do the quarterback thing."
Right.
All right. So the next game. Oh, Gary, Chicago, Black Friday.
The Eagles are all over that. They win.
Now they have a cross-country trip to LA to take on the Chargers December 8th, Monday Night Football. So it's 11 days rest.
I'm taking the Eagles. There's no home field advantage in that stadium.
I agree.
And I think the Chargers are overrated, man. Like they're just overrated. Like Herbert, he's a good quarterback, but he's regarded as one of the upper echelon quarterbacks, and I don't see it.
He's not.
So I'm taking the Eagles here.
By that point in the year is when the Chargers usually fall off the face of the earth.
All right.
Yeah, I think the Eagles take it to them. I think the Eagles win that game.
Yes, I think this is a game where you're like, God damn it, Jalen Hurts is still able to do that. I think this is a game where Jalen Hurts says, all right, here I am. This is that game. Eagles
This
win.
is me. Here's my penis.
Yeah.
All right, now they come back home to take on the Raiders. December 14th, 1 o'clock game. So you're going from the west back to home to the east, take on the Raiders.
It's a tough trip, but it is the Raiders, and again at home. Like, and at that point of the year, the Eagles should be starting to like make a mark, like starting to make a run and putting their foot down, like for lack of better words. So I'm taking the Eagles here.
Yeah, I like the Eagles here as well, Ryan. I mean, this is this game here. That's an AJ Dillon, Saquon Barkley back and forth. That's that game.
You notice the trend, by the way? Gary's
Like the
all
Eagles.
about the AJ Dillon. He's all
Yeah,
about
I
AJ
am.
Dillon.
I'm sorry, man. I am.
That's all right.
Like that's a great back. That's a great side by side.
It is. It's going to be a nice. It's going to be a nice thing for Saquon to have for sure.
Like that's Thunder and Lightning part 2.
The last three games are interesting. So one of the division rivals hasn't been named yet, and they have 2 of the last 3 against them. So the Commanders on the road, December 20th.
Was that the fucking A train?
Is that you, Rye?
Yeah, it was a boat.
So
That's not a boat. That's a fucking train.
Or a boat. Or
So
train. Yeah, it's a train.
Like what boat? What fucking river's near you?
We're going by 80 miles per hour.
He's got a port down the street.
Yeah, it was a train.
It's not far from the river, though.
I'm not. Like you hear the boat horns a lot.
That was a train, though.
Right.
4:30.
I hear the train running.
This is
Running that way.
Saturday. So this is a Saturday game. 4:30 or 8 o'clock against the Commanders on the road.
I think that's a loss.
I have it as a loss.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Second to last game, week 17, December 28th. Could be a Super Bowl preview. Could be. On the road in Buffalo.
I like that's a win.
I got a loss.
I also have a loss. The final game of the year could be for the division, or it could be sealed up. Honestly, if looking at my wins losses,
That's the Commanders.
Division could be over. It's against Commanders.
I got this.
That's a loss.
I got this. I got this as a win, and it clinches the division because I'm the 3 seed.
So how many wins did they have then for you?
I got them 11 and 6.
And that wins the division?
Yeah.
I don't think he gets it done.
I
don't
do.
think 11 wins gets in the division. I think Dallas or someone else gets 12. Dallas Commanders get 12. What do you got, Gary? You got a win there?
No, that's a loss.
Okay.
I think that's a loss, and a loss, and the Eagles they don't make it to fucking postseason.
They don't make the playoffs?
No. Nope.
You had them at like fucking 11 wins.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You have less losses than I do. Have another one.
Yeah. All right.
You had more wins than I did. I have them at 10 and 7.
Yeah, I thought you had them 11 or 12 wins, bro.
Yeah, you have 11 wins, dude. Yeah, open that up. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I just want to give my Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck. I just want to give my
But I mean, you can win 11 and not get in.
No, you're not going to win 11 games and not make the playoffs. Now you're trying to justify your mistake, bro.
It's not gonna be the Chiefs, bro. No, it's going to be called something else.
No, you're definitely you're getting in with 10. You're getting in with 10 wins. Well,
No, you're
look,
not, Sean.
I have
Like 10 wins is tough.
the teams make it with 9 wins. Like 7 playoff teams make it now. What do we got here? Chris said the last game of the year. Tanner McKee's going to play Week 18. The Commanders won 3 games last season. with 6 seconds or less in each of those games. The QB in those games: Kenny Pickett, Rush, and Caleb Williams. Jay said 10-7 sounds about right, dude. So I just want to say this, and I'm standing before the court, and this is where I stand. Like, before they won the Super Bowl last year, it didn't matter. When I looked at that schedule and I went, holy crap, that's
tough. Like, it's a tough one. It's tough.
And then when you look at the schedule and the way it's laid out, I'm not in favor of it. Like, I think, like, not having back-to-back home games sucks. You have back-to-back road games twice. You're traveling. Now, granted, there's only one true
They don't have back-to-back road games twice.
Yes, they do.
They can't.
Yes, they do. I just looked at it.
No, it's once at the end of the year, and then every game's back to every other game.
No, Giants in Minnesota and Washington and Buffalo towards the end of the year.
Did you guys see what fucking did Lane Johnson? What the fuck is it?
17-0.
Chris Long? Did Lane Johnson?
No.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, he said, you're going to Shanghai. He's like, what? I'll pack my bags. I'm going. And then he'd come back, and you got to go to LA. He's like, that's all right. We can do it. And then Lane Johnson's like, he's like this, you know? And Chris Long says, I'm only kidding. You're not going to China.
Oh, we thought they had a game in China?
Yeah. Yeah, like Chris Long told Lane Johnson, you got to go to Shanghai.
Look, I feel horrible. Like, this is the worst score prediction I've given in years. But, like, looking ahead, like, I just going last year, I'm like, fuck, they got to win and I said this on our show. They have to win a Super Bowl now because I don't have a good feeling about next year. Everything went right for this team last year. Everything.
Do you know how hard it is after you win a Super Bowl the next season for you? Like, it's tough. Mm-hmm. The next season for you is so fucking hard.
Chris
it's hard.
But that's what makes it worth it. Like, that's what makes it worth it. And Sean, like, I wouldn't be surprised they finished 10-7, and I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, because if they finish 10-7, they're gonna be battle tested. They're gonna be able to go anywhere and win.
And I'm not saying just because, say, they go 10-7 or 11-6 doesn't mean they can't make a deep run again.
Right. Like, I got them 11-6, the 3 seed. I think they win the division.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they can't make a deep run. They're a good enough team. They're, like you said, they're battle tested. They have the experience. No one's going to want to face them in the playoffs.
Right.
Chris is saying, I'm not playing Homer, but having them at only 10-11 wins is a bit much. Dallas has new coaches. The Eagles have a new O-line and D-line, or have the best O-line and D-line in the NFL. And he's right. He's 100% right. I
don't know if they get the best D-line. They get the best defensive tackle. I don't know if they get the best line. Like, these guys aren't proven.
Yeah, you don't know about the ends.
They lost a lot of talent, man.
All right.
They did. And
they lost a lot of talent.
And they have an offensive coordinator. And
like right now, just on paper, you taking the Giants defensive line or the Eagles defensive line? The starting defensive line.
I might be taking the Giants.
With Abdul Carter on it now.
And
Thibodeau. Right.
Although Thibodeau.
But Dexter Lawrence, I'm not Dexter. Who's the
Thibodeau, but he hasn't been healthy. So that's only.
But they got a tackle too. What the fuck's his name?
I still might go Eagles there.
Dexter Lawrence, isn't it? Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. I still might go Eagles, only because
Jalen Carter makes up for 2 players. Like, honestly,
like, he's a fucking animal, dude.
Then he's going to be better next year than he was this year.
Like, he'll look up at you like, yeah, I got you. I'm going to get you next, too.
They got an absolute steal at 9 in that draft, dude. The other teams are kicking themselves for not taking him.
Yep.
Yeah, can we get another player that can't drive?
Yeah, it's the next fucking it's the next Aaron Donald.
I was just going to say that. Like, we may have the next Aaron Donald. So that's why I'm like, Dallas, I'm not scared of. Commanders, I think, are going to be a pain in their ass for a couple of years. And they just got Debo to match with, on the other side there. That's look, say what you want about Debo and prima donna, whatever. They just improved that team.
Right. The Commanders and the Cowboys both addressed the number 2 wide receiver position on their teams, and it's because of the Eagles.
And the Giants improved their defense.
Right.
Look, and the Eagles improved too. And we were already better than those teams. We were already better than those teams, and the Eagles may have improved. I should say we don't know. Like they lost a lot. Like Gary said, they lost a lot on defense.
They did.
But if Nolan Smith takes another step, becomes that starting DN, and the one they drafted, and then the kid Ty Hendricks, the white kid they drafted out of Nebraska, like
if he ends up playing well next to Carter,
right? Like
that's going to be.
Maybe solidify that spot next to Carter, even if it's a platoon with him and Davis.
Hey, Chris is saying he's taking the Eagles' defensive line too. I think I agree. Because I said
all I'm saying is that the Giants' defensive line is more proven than the Eagles' defensive line right now. Right now, by the time the first time they play, that may be different.
The only difference is the Eagles got a ring.
Damn straight.
Damn straight they do.
Jay said, "What do you guys think about Detroit?" Detroit's a team that
Detroit. What? Fuck Detroit. I think Detroit's going to be a good team for a few years. I do. While Goff's in his prime, while they're still able to run, I think they're going to be good.
You love that coach.
I do like Dan Campbell, but I don't think they're ever going to win. I don't think they ever get over the hump.
Right.
Kind of like the Eagles with Andy Reid, how they just couldn't. They couldn't hammer it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be a problem for everybody in the NFC. I think they're going to be a good team for a little bit, but just never get over the hump.
They get Hutchinson back from injury last year. Look, I think if Hutchinson is still healthy. Oh shit! My beer just exploded.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was on its side. That's why it was laying on its side. If Hutchinson is playing last year, I think you might be looking at Detroit in the Super Bowl, but coming back from injury is an issue. Like you don't know what Aiden Hutchinson's going to be like coming back. So
right,
and I think that defense takes a little bit of a step back. I think their coaching staff, like Chris said, new coaches on both sides. Both units. The Eagles went through that in 23,
and look what happened. Like that's tough.
This might not be the year for Detroit. The only thing I'm going to say, and I hate saying this, I really do. Everything went right for the Eagles last year. Everything. And they didn't have, Saquon never got hurt. Jalen never really got hurt. They had injuries on the receivers. AJ got hurt for a couple games. Devontae got banged up. Goddard got banged up. So, they were able to overcome that, but nothing serious. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
I don't even want to say it out loud. I didn't want to say it out loud.
Right. But after that kind of year, it's a worry. Yo, real quick, the New York Knicks are up 69-37 in the third quarter.
That series is over because
they're up 32 points. The Celtics only have 37 points.
Tatum's gone, dude. He's gone. So
he's out next year, the whole year.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah, they're done. They're done in the series. So Hutchinson's a stud, but Goff is still Goff.
Goff's a good quarterback.
It's not a bad quarterback, man. He has his fucking title. They need a quarterback like Stafford to make it over to. Wait, what? They had Stafford.
He doesn't have. He doesn't have a ring, Sean.
Didn't he win with the?
No, he lost to the Patriots. Yeah, he lost to the Patriots.
He lost. Yeah, he made it and lost. That's right.
Yeah.
And an absolutely horrendous, terrible game.
After our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Peterson said the Eagles still find ways to win. Eagles find ways to win last year. It was all about Hurts, MVP, QB. Question answered. Eagles will find ways to win. Yeah, and that's the thing. No Lane, no AJ, no Smitty versus Tampa Bay last year. Yeah, no. So that was
right. And there's going to be so many games that there are going to be games that they win where you're like, oh, I didn't think they'd win that game, and there would be a game they lose where you're like, oh, I thought that'd be a win.
I'm looking at this 10-7. I feel dirty. I do. I feel dirty about it.
Take a
behind me is
shower.
the fucking Super Bowl champion banner, and I feel dirty about it. I'm like,
yeah, but we got them one win better, dude. Like it's going to be. They're not going to run through the season the way they did like last year. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the 1 seed. They're probably not going to be the 2 seed.
It's like trying to get through the castle, the Holy Grail.
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
For no reason, it's just sitting there staring at me in the face. I don't get to play to clip that often. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, this is I don't know. It's going to be an interesting ride, and I felt weird about it prior to them winning the Super Bowl, and I said this. I felt that they had to win last year because I didn't feel great about next year, and I'm glad they won a Super Bowl. So that's I think that's what I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah,
go Birds.
Go Birds. Who's the number 1 seed? Because the NFC is not that good in my opinion. Yeah, so who is the number 1 seed? I mean, do the Niners make a comeback?
Maybe the Rams.
The Rams, right? One last ride for Stafford.
Right.
I mean, I think the Eagles are better than the Rams, though.
They are, but like you meet in the playoffs. I don't care where that game is. I like my chances with as the Eagles, but just record wise, the way it plays out, man. Like you know what I mean. The Eagles got a tough schedule.
Man, I'm just all right. So he's saying 12-5 or 13-4.
Oh.
Who would be number? I mean, Green Bay is still
the Vikings. Maybe McCarthy is that good.
I would take Detroit or Green Bay over.
Yeah.
Although the Vikings fucking were right there last year. They were right there.
And honestly, like maybe the Commanders end up the 1 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how about the Niners, dude, signing Brock Purdy to $265 million, dude?
Did they really?
Yeah. He's still 6th. He's still 6th per year.
How many years?
5? 5 years, I think. Jay's saying Detroit. 50.
That's $52 million a year.
He's still not making as much as the other. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, but I don't care. I'm not paying Brock Purdy $50 million a year. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's fucking insane. Imagine what Sam Bradford would get. He had the best agent ever. He'd probably get $70 million a year.
Here we go.
He traded the following year.
So Dak. Here we go. Here's the breakdown. Highest paid quarterbacks in NFL. Dak Prescott 60. Joe Burrow 55. Josh Allen 55. Jordan Love 55. Trevor 55. Tua 53. Brock 53. Goff 53. So I wrote to that post, another genius move by Howie Roseman, locking up the Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts before many of these deals were even reached.
Yep. Hurts is getting 50.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fuck. I get fucking $50 million
a year.
A
year, man. A year.
Fuck.
A year, man.
Fuck.
Give me a percent of that. Give me $500,000. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
All right.
Yeah, give me $10,000. You know the problems $10,000 would solve right now. You know what I'm saying?
So stop drinking right now if you think Washington's the number 1 seed.
$50 million.
Christopher, I'm not saying they are, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not.
I just don't. I'm not on that thought that the Eagles just run through the season again. It's going to be a tough year.
Their offense should be bad. How many fucking dude? Get your bladder checked. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's taking.
He's taking a cigarette.
And he's tanking beers like nobody's business.
Yeah, right. All right, let's talk some Phils and do While You're Drunk. Because the While You're Drunk, I think, is going to be, well, it might be included in our Phillies conversation. The Phillies had an up and down week. It's a shame because things were looking really good for them. They've been winning a lot of series lately. They're kind of on a little bit of a good run, and then they take on the Cardinals. And they drop the first game of the series, and then they have a rain out, and they have the second game. Doubleheader. In the first game, they win, and you're like, all right, cool. Like, let's win the series tonight. And then, because I think this is the biggest story of the week, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Nola comes in game 2 of the doubleheader. The Phillies have a 5-1 lead after one, like 5-1. And I text you guys because it was the same day as the Flyers hiring Tocchet. I went, well, feel good about this because the Phillies should get a series win. And then I'm making dinner or whatever. And then I look up and there's like 2 runs back and then another run back. And I wrote back, never mind. I forgot that Aaron Nola was pitching. And then like right after I sent that text, and then you wrote not yet. And right after that text, dude, he gave up the home run and it's 6-5. And dude, let me just say, like, I was glad that the kids weren't home. I like completely lost my mind. Like I was like, get rid. Like I'm like, get rid of him. Like they got to do something. They got to do something about him. That was an absolute dumpster fire of an outing. 12 hits, 9 runs, and 2 1/3 innings by Aaron Nola, who's making insane money. Who's now, as Chris says, on the IL with a right ankle sprain. He said, "That's good news." I hate to say it out loud.
No, he needs it. He needs it.
That sounds like a boat, Ryan.
No, that's a siren.
What the hell's going on over there? People dying?
Oh, it's just normal night in Eddystone.
Dude, like
he needs the break. Like don't give me the ankle sprain.
There's no ankle sprain.
No, he needs them.
He pitched well the 2 starts before that. He's like, "Oh, I've been dealing with the last few starts." Bullshit.
Right.
You pitched well the last 2 starts, and now you had a bad out, and now you need a couple days off. Dude, fine. Let him take a few weeks off because he needs he needs some time off.
Yeah, give him 2 weeks. Give him 2 weeks. But I still believe that.
I mean,
when it matters most, Noel will be there. I do. Like his pedigree says it. Been in the league 8-9 years now. He leads the league in innings pitched since he's come into the league. So
since 2017, I think it is. He leads the league in innings pitched.
This is the first time he's on the IL.
First time on the IL.
So I think he'll be all right. I think he'll get it back. He's a competitor.
Jason, that was a terrible decision giving that money. And I got to say this. I remember where I was. I was golfing, and Weir's kid got the text and said, "Yo, man, they just signed Nola to like a whatever the deal was." And I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Because like Blake Snell was sitting there, and I'm like, "I guess they're not signing Blake Snell now. Like this is what we're doing." And I was not happy about it because I hear what you're saying, and I get it. Like Nola's been very consistent. And I know, like, we've talked about it on our show. Your best ability is your availability. And he is always available. He is. But he's been infuriating at times. And if you're paying him that kind of money, I want a pitcher who's going to get me 16 wins a year for that kind of money. He doesn't do that. He won't do that. He's a near 4 ERA career. There was like a 3-year stretch where he had one of the best strikeouts to walks ratios, and that's gone. That's been gone for 2 years now. Like he hasn't had that same control that he had.
No, he lost that and then started giving up a shit ton of home runs.
Home runs over the last 2 years. Like he has. I think he's one of the league leaders in home runs given up. And
last 3 years, he's given up 72 of them.
Like, dude, and they're not even like. So someone was trying to argue with me on Twitter. Argue with Corner Pod Sports on Twitter. Like, his velocity's down. He's not keeping guys off balance. I said, dude, he's throwing the ball down the middle of the plate, and the guys are crushing it. Like that home run that tied to take the 7-6 lead or whatever it was.
You guys got to be talking about Nola.
Dude, it was this high, chest high, the middle of the plate.
Right.
Like any
professional hitter is going to crush that.
Like Give me a break, man. Don't give me the off balance shit. Because no one's falling for it. Because he doesn't have the control. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What is going on in the Phillies? Rundown? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I didn't realize they even got that game started. I got the hockey game and the basketball game on a multi-view.
All right, so I don't know. It's 0-0. And they're in the bottom of the fifth. They got runners at the corners with 2 outs. I just want to point out that this is, and Harper's up. So if they don't get a run here, I just want to point out it was Sanchez. It was not Sanchez.
Suarez.
Suarez was pitching against Heaney. So here's the thing: like the Pirates are one of the worst teams in the league.
Why don't they have any runs yet?
Like to me, like if you don't win 2 out of 3 in this series, like
no, I'm not to cut you off, Sean. I'm sorry, but I'm tired of
it's a fucking team. You got to sweep them.
Right, like I'm tired. They got to sweep this team.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should have swept the Nationals, the Rays,
Well, they did sweep. They swept the Rays.
That was the one they got. Okay, the Marlins. You got to sweep these teams, man. Like
you have to sweep. You have to sweep them.
The problem is the Braves and the Mets are going to beat up on these teams, and if you don't do the same, you're going to be the odd man out.
Now it's one dude. This team, man, and we're talking about Nola. We'll go back to Nola in a second, but this fucking team, we get good pitching. Oh, we forget how to hit. Oh, we know how to hit, and now we can't pitch.
Right?
Dude, like give it
it never fucking stops.
Yeah,
like
darn.
There's another one.
It's true. Like it's always something with this team. Always.
Like last year,
Dave, what do you think?
It's true.
Like last year, Stott not hitting the ball was a problem. He's hitting the ball this year.
They're up. Harper came through.
Good.
A little bloop hit in left field. Get I'm sorry, Gary.
Like last year, yeah. Every year there's a fucking problem with a hitter. Every fucking year.
The hitter is not a problem with his Kyle Schwarber.
He got his fucking truth.
He got Harp got his 1,000th RBI.
Yeah, the bat boy took his bat.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
RBIs. Good job for Bryce Harper, man.
Like Bryce Harper got his hair cut. He looks like he looks like that guy from fucking Delco.
Actually, drunk Phillies fans might have had one of the best tweets.
Yeah, that was perfect.
About he got kicked out of Judge.
Yeah.
Now he goes to Frankfurt or something.
Yeah. All right, good for Bryce. I'm glad they came through and got Suarez a fucking run. You know, let's get some more. Let's get some more runs here, guys. Like again, runners at the corners and Schwarber's up. Oh, and by the way, Nick Castellanos, congratulations, Nick Castellanos. He and his wife welcomed their 3rd child this week. Last night.
Nice.
Talk about doubles.
There it
is. Plays a good field too, man.
Yeah, he does.
He's done fine.
Yeah, he's a solid player, man.
Yeah, he's not like my favorite guy on this team. Like,
no, he comes off very douchey.
Yeah, I think he's kind of a douchebag, but like the dude, he's produced since he's been here.
Yeah, he's a good ball player, man.
Him and Schwarber, like if Dombrowski did anything right, it's Schwarber and Castellanos.
Yeah.
He missed on Turner. You know, it seems.
Turner's actually having a good year.
Yeah, I know it's weird. Like you look at his batting average, you're like, all right, but like when it's time, it's big situations where he comes.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He's not clutch whatsoever.
Like you had a problem since you've been here when you swing the bat. When he swings that bat and he lays the bat up in the air, that stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
The half swing.
Oh man, drives me fucking nuts.
When he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have swung at that. Oh, I shouldn't." Yeah, dude, I know.
But even that, Sean, when he takes that full swing and he got the bat up in the air after he takes a swing, stop that.
Yeah,
stop. But yeah, like he's been hitting better.
I'll tell you what, for a Friday night in rain, Citizens
packed.
Bank Park is packed. It's
Yeah.
packed tonight. Schwarber walked, bases loaded. All right.
For Razor Ramon.
Turner batting average is good, as they said on Twitter. He's playing defense as good as Poland did.
Yeah, it's probably is.
You Jew motherfucker, you.
The funny thing is, though, then he'll have a game or two where he makes like this really, really nice catch.
It stinks.
Yeah.
You know, he'll make a really nice catch, but then the next game, there's a ground ball that just eats him up.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't quite understand it. It's like, dude, like you're a professional baseball player. You can't get this shit together.
Right. Fuck, dude.
It's alarming. It's very alarming.
Like that's a line drive right in your glove. How do you drop that?
Yeah. Or it makes a bonehead play where he
throws it into the stands.
Throws it somewhere else. Yeah, like I know. Jay, we're getting to it. All right. I think it's time for let me see what Razor Ramon just swung at a horrible pitch. Let's get to While You Were Drunk, where we're going to get to the big story, probably this week in national sports, because this was pretty major.
I am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
While you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
Well, as Jay Parr just chimed in here, let's talk Charlie Cheater, the Bet King. In a day that I mean, there was I got to be honest, there was a point where I never thought I honestly think it wasn't going to happen, and then when he died, I'm like, all right, maybe they're going to do it after he dies, you know. But Charlie Hustle, Castellanos flew out to right. Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose has been reinstated to baseball. He's no longer banned now that he's dead. Along with Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Now that we're dead, we can be together.
So now Pete Rose is eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame for the first time.
Sad day. It's a sad day for the MLB.
So why don't we go around the horn here?
This is a sad day for the MLB. Like Pete Rose has contributed a lot for baseball, but
contributed.
Like the stuff that he has done that made him look slimy, that overweighs it. I still don't think he deserves to get in, no matter what anybody says. Like he just don't. No, he can't get in.
Yeah.
No.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on Pete Rose?
Like as a baseball player, he was absolutely fat, tremendous. Everything you want in a baseball player, everything. Hustle, he'd fight you, could steal a base, could hit for power a little bit. Bottom line, he broke the golden rule. Had nothing to do with what he performed he performed as a player. And he bet on his team to win, so he wasn't throwing games. But he broke the golden rule. So I'm not going to live with the hypocrisy. If Barry Bonds isn't in, Pete Rose doesn't get in.
Right, Ryan. Like that's a good point. But Pete Rose was given many opportunities to admit what he has done, and he denied it. Time after time, he denied it.
Yeah, but he finally admitted it at one point.
But I mean, I love him. Like he's done so much stuff for baseball, but that's one thing. But yeah, I just don't think he deserves. I don't think he gets in. He should not be in.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to say this. I'm just going to give you the transcript. Judge says to Pete Rose, "You had sex with a 13-year-old," and he said, "Your Honor, Your Honor."
Stop lying, Sean. She was 14.
The judge said, "You had sex with a 13-year-old," and Pete Rose said, "Your Honor, she was 16." That in itself is is irreprehensible, disgusting behavior where a piece of shit human being should not be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm sorry, but then there's guys like Ty Cobb and Rogers Hornsby who are in the Hall of Fame because of their baseball career.
But you know what, Sean? That being said, when in that state where Pete Rose was, when that happened,
I know
it was not illegal.
Right.
It's illegal now.
I'm just saying, then it wasn't.
Right.
It's still slimy, bro.
Right.
It's still slimy.
Right, but I mean that then it wasn't illegal.
Doesn't make it right. Weed's illegal. Doesn't make it right.
But if you were in that state and she was only 16, you're still going to hit it because it's not illegal.
As a grown man,
you suck.
As a grown man, me now,
I don't know.
There's no way I'm having sex with a 16-year-old. No way.
Right, because it's slimy, right?
Right. It's slimy. Like
it is slimy. He's a disgusting. Disgusting human being.
Just toss the panties.
But right, Sean. But 4,000 and some odd hits.
Dude, I honestly like
God damn it.
Baseball wise, there's no doubt. There's no doubt whatsoever that he should be in the Hall of Fame. What is Jay said he's scum. Chris says people continue to forget he agreed to the ban so that MLB would not continue to investigate him.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Has anyone
that and a switch batter?
Yeah. Has anyone been around?
Switch batter.
Go away, you're annoying. Leave me alone. I know, dude. Oh my god. Dude, he like baseball wise, there's no doubt. Like, yeah, he's 100% a Hall of Fame player, but the other stuff that came with it, like, do I care about the bet and stuff?
No. That just opens the door to who he was.
Dude, look what baseball does now. Like the hypocrisy when it comes to the betting stuff is
in all sports.
That's gone because, like, I'm watching now. Sponsored by DraftKings, and it's the 7th inning. Your odds have gone. They're announcing it in game during the game. Like, they're one of your sponsors. So don't tell me you're not. Like, get out here with that. Get out of here with that. I don't
you know what? Like back during what Pete wrote, like the life was just different, dude. It was just different.
It was, but
like in the 70s, they gave him like $7,000 a year is what he got paid, and he got in 1979. The Reds said, "Nah, we're not going to extend you." So he's able to go to the fucking Phillies, and when he goes to the Phillies pay him $800,000 a year in 1979 and he signed for 5 years. Like, they didn't do anything. Like, they had a good containing season in 1979. And then in 1980, what did they do in 1980?
Yeah,
what did the Phillies do in 1980?
I know, dude. I got the picture right here, and I'm looking at it right now with all them in the pile, and they're all celebrating at the pitcher's mound, the World Series. And look,
like, I was 8 years old, but I remember.
We're going off track here. Well, I don't know what your point.
I'm just saying, Sean. Like,
he's a great player.
Yeah.
Here's audio of a 14-year-old on Pete Rose's knob.
Like, I was 8 years old. I remember my mom and dad saying, "The Phillies are on." And it's like, fuck, dude. Like that time. Like, I was only 8 years old, watching my mom and dad agree. Oh, yeah, come on, we're gonna watch the Phillies. And the Phillies go, and they win the fucking series, dude. Like, that was great stuff. That was goddamn great stuff.
By cranking your knob just a little bit on the breaking point.
Exactly, Sean.
Fucking Pirates are winning. It's 3-1. Pirates just hit a home run.
Of course they did.
That's what happens when you score one run.
that's not what we're talking about. We're giving Pete Rose his fucking.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, yeah, you just went on a fucking tangent about the 80 Phillies.
We literally have no idea what the hell you were saying. Like,
I'm sorry, was that bad?
You went down another road, yo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Them fucking nostalgic memories get me, bro.
But the IPAs get you too.
Well, I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
You honestly, like, I'm sitting there like I have no idea why we're talking about the 80 Phillies, like why we're doing all that.
Because that's where Pete Rose was.
I know, but we okay. We talked about how great his baseball career was, and we weren't denying that. It was the other stuff I was talking about betting, and then you went from that to 79 and not getting paid, and how much money he made.
I'm sorry.
All right, no, it's not. No, you're not.
Oh, now he's making you feel bad.
No, I'm a little overwhelmed with fucking alcohol. Just trying to make a point. That's all.
Okay, all right. I was just lost. I was just lost.
Your chops, man. That's all.
I was just lost. I didn't know quite what was going on. Sean was not born yet. No, it was not. I was the only one on this panel right now that was not born yet.
Jay hadn't put the plant at the baby biter yet.
Fuck, dude.
So our World Series trophies by association tainted because of number 14 then, right?
Fuck.
No. No. I don't even know where, but no.
Where's that going? What happened? Why is he yelling no?
Because Dave was asking if the 80 trophy was tainted because of number 14.
Is that all right? So Chris is trying to help you out. He was the missing piece. They lost in 76, 77, 78. Then made the playoffs in 79. I think that's what he's trying to get to. Is that what you're trying to get to?
Right.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Well, wait a minute.
No, it wasn't. I know it wasn't.
When Pete Rose came to the Phillies, then the Phillies had no leadership.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any leadership, and Pete Rose came in like, he's Larry Boa. He's not the leader. He's gonna. Pete Rose came in. He's 7 years older than these other guys. Pete Rose comes in, and he's the leader.
Okay.
But he wasn't the leader until he proved what he could do on the field.
Right. He hadn't proved it to that point, right?
For 12 years, he hadn't proved it yet?
No, with the Phillies, Ryan.
Yeah, when Pete Rose joined the team, they were like,
this man smelled like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes, 4 shots of Everclear alcohol, and regret.
Look, I'm just going to say this.
You motherfuckers.
I don't want to dwell on this too much.
God damn it. You are a few years younger than me, and I remember shit. When I was, fuck you.
Oh, and Chris has a point for Dave. Dude, I love it. I love the in-listener fighting. So was the 08 trophy tainted because JC Romero did steroids?
Good point.
I like this guy.
So, and look, and Dave's, I get it. I'm just gonna say this: like, the guy's a piece of shit, and he's a piece of shit human being. I think honestly, Ty Cobb should be removed. Roger Hornsby should be removed, and he shouldn't get his chance to get in the Hall, unless Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds are in the Hall of Fame. Because
you can't put Pete Rose without putting them two.
Because Barry Bonds before the steroids was an absolute, like, he was a Hall of Famer. Like, he was a Hall of Famer no matter, like, he was going to, even if he didn't take the steroids, he was probably going to be a Hall of Famer. He wouldn't have broken Aaron's record, and he probably wouldn't have hit 73 home runs in that year. So those two records wouldn't have happened. So that's probably where it gets removed, the single season record. But the guy still had a Hall of Fame career. He was a phenomenal player. So, like, and Roger Clemens, like, when he struck out 20 with Boston, like, he probably had a
Hall of Fame career before
Probably did.
Like
And
with the
again,
Yankees. Like, you know what I mean?
well, here's the thing. He may not have made it to the Yankees at that point, but it doesn't matter. He was like you just said though, he was a Hall of Famer before.
Right. Like he dominated the
steroid junkie.
He dominated the sport for like 6-7 years before all that.
And Chris has a point. For the record, Bonds never tested positive for steroids.
Yep, exactly.
But did Sosa?
Right.
Did McGuire never did either. Like
McGuire just admitted it.
Yeah, McGuire admitted it and got nailed because he had he got the shit because he had creatine in his locker. Remember
Right.
that?
But Clemens, he tested positive.
David Ortiz was found guilty as in the Hall of Fame. Fuck the MLB Hall of Fame committee. Most broken shit ever. 100%. It's very corrupt. Here's the thing. Even though that Pete Rose has been reinstated, doesn't mean he's getting in.
No.
Like, I think the writers are going to be like, nah, fuck this.
No, he's not getting in.
Did you see the statement why Manfred lifted the ban?
Yeah, it's a lifetime ban. His life's over.
His life's over.
You know, he's dead.
He's no longer a threat to baseball, is what he said. So now man, I don't know, man. It's a weird situation.
That's a fucked up statement.
And then you, like, if you do put him in, you come up with another thing that was to a guy that was taken off the list, and Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's been dead for a long time.
Right. But this dude was accused of fixing the World Series.
Right. And you allow him in?
Right. So, like, you're going to allow him. Like, if you put Pete Rose in, you got to put him in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
So Dave said he can't have it both ways. If Rose is tainted, then his accomplishments are also with his school of thought. Yes, both are tainted, but I ain't giving them back. Give him the trophies back.
Yeah, damn straight, Dave.
No, absolutely. You're not giving the trophies back, but because first of all, it's not like it's the Olympics where someone was found guilty of juicing and they had to give up a gold medal. It's a team effort. They didn't win just because of Pete Rose. They didn't win just because of JC Romero.
But I mean, you're going back to the fucking
Lawrence
70s.
Taylor. The Giants didn't win a Super Bowl just because of Lawrence Taylor. Like,
Yeah, because he was smoking crack.
Yeah, and doing steroids and cocaine and all that shit. Who's the commissioner, MLB or NBA? Yeah, really. All right. So I think we're all kind of on the same page with this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cool story. I wanted to bring this up 2 weeks last week when we had Marilyn on. We didn't do While You Were Drunk last week. This is pretty freaking awesome. I just want to play this in honor of him. Tyler Kettner.
This is Tyler Kettner of The Athletic, and you're listening to Corner Pub Sports.
Tyler Kettner, probably one of the best writers of our generation, baseball generation. New York Times writer, author, best-selling author, been on our show several times, friend of the show. Tyler Kettner was featured in The Simpsons. He was animated as a Simpsons character on April 27th episode as a reporter. He is a lifetime fan of The Simpsons. He loves the show and got animated into the show, and that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Well done, Tyler. Well done.
So in turn, we're friends with the Simpsons character.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Pretty awesome.
Only at Corner Pub Sports, man. Congratulations
to Tyler Kettner. So again, April 27th episode of this latest season, he was featured. Pretty cool. Here you go. Chris said that Shoeless Joe had a 375 average. Wait, 12 hits and 6 runs. That's all he had. But he said dude is illiterate as fucking had no idea what he's signing. Oh, the Super Bowl or World Series, I guess.
World Series,
Super Bowl. Why with Ty Cobb? Many acquisitions has been debunked. I don't know. Is that true? Oh, 1919 World Series. He said. I was like, wait, what? Wow, dude, 12 hits and 6 runs in a World Series. That's damn good. All right. Sabu passed away at the age of 60.
Yeah, he did. That's a shame, man. He was like a pioneer of the hardcore division. He was awesome, man. He was so much fun.
I talked to our buddy who's intertwined with the wrestling faction. He was pretty upset about everything. He had just heard the news when I wrote him. I said, "Yo, man, Sabu died." He goes, "Dude, I was pretty close with him." So he was pretty upset about this. 60 years old, man. 60 years. That's
way too young, man. Way too young.
So Sabu passed away, and then the last story while you're drunk. Next time you're in the parking lot of either a Home Depot or a Lowe's, I want you to think of this story. All right, I want you to think of this whole thing while you're in there. This is in Louisiana, which might be.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Sedell police responding to a call at a Lowe's parking lot on Sunday evening reportedly found a naked man inside a display shed engaged in lewd behavior. According to police, the call came in around 5 p.m. on May 11th when a witness reported a naked male inside one of the store's outdoor shed, which is typically used to show customers various storage options for purchase. Here you go. Officers arrived at the scene and began searching the line of sheds on display. It wasn't until they got to the fourth or fifth shed that they located suspect lying on his back, pants around his ankles, using an open container of Vaseline and a cell phone in his hand.
He beats cocks.
He was masturbating. With tasers drawn, police say the officer ordered the man to pull up his pants, roll up onto his stomach, to be handcuffed. The man complied without any resistance. So a man was jerking off in a fucking parking lot in a shed.
And didn't try to get a quickie. He was getting into it. He had the Vaseline and everything, and
oh yeah, he was probably Brian. His size, he was probably in another world.
Bruh.
Yeah,
that's actually a good point. He might have been on. He might have been on. Dude, what? What is that? That's insane. All right, so some quick points on Sabu. I'm pretty sure I went to an ECW match where Sabu needed a chair. Oh, dude. I saw that footage. Yeah, dude. Everyone started throwing the chairs.
It was him and Cactus Jack.
Yeah, and then people were they were holding up their hands to stop the chairs from hitting.
Yeah, there was 60 or 70 chairs got thrown in the ring.
Dave Peterson said, "Point to the sky." Terry Michael Brunk, aka Sabu, 60 years old. Yep. And Chris said, "Do you get a discount on the shed? It's technically used." Why is it the door opening? It's all stuck.
I mean,
he's like Randy. He's like Randy Marsh when Randy Marsh found some internet.
Oh yeah.
It was a spooky.
Shizzy Tibbers.
It was a spooky ghost.
Asian fart porn. Yeah. All right. We're going to call it a show. It was a good one. We had action-packed show. We had a lot of stuff to cover. Thank you, everyone that watched. I'm hanging around. Are you guys on for bonus coverage?
Dude, I'm freaking exhausted.
Yeah.
No, you both out?
Yeah, I think I'm out.
All right. You both have to apologize to Jay, man. He seemed upset.
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sure I'll hear about it in a text message.
You know what? I'll hang. I'll tell you what, Jay. If you're still on, I'll hang out for a few minutes. All right, by myself.
He's still on.
Yeah, he's probably still on. Oh, he said. Also, Funk, who called for a fan to give him the chair too. Terry Funk. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was there. Yeah.
He said, "How do you not have the I'm gonna come soundbite with Trump?" No, I don't have that one. I don't have that one. All right, it was a good one, guys. So
we had fun.
Just a programming note. Jay's really not going to be happy about this.
It's going to be quite a while.
We're going to try to sneak a show in. I don't know it's going to happen. But we all have weird schedules going on. These guys are going on a trip next week. and I'm going on a trip the following week after that. So like it might be a while before we do our next podcast. It could be a month. Like it might be close to a month. We're hoping to maybe end of May in 2 weeks. I don't know. If not, maybe we can try to go the 14th or whatever that weekend is, the 13th of June, possibly. If not, it's going to be the 20th of June. So just wanted to kind of give everyone the heads up. It might be a little while. We just have a weird schedule of concerts and vacations and weird stuff going on. So it's going to be one of our longest
hiatus.
Longest hiatuses we've ever had. But, there's nothing we can do. We're trying to work through it, but it is what it is. We have
just the way it worked out this year. I'm going on a fucking cruise.
Oh man! Oh, here we go. No, and then here we go. Here's Peterson. No, CPS.
Just think though, that first show back will be like action packed.
A lot. Yeah. All right.
Big ass fucking boat.
So because of that, I will hang off for boner coverage for these guys. Fucking Jay. I will go to Florida. Fucking asshole.
You know what happens if you do another joint?
He's too old. He ain't got any baby batter left.
You're gonna charge me, dickhead.
Still dust anyway.
Moist mom.
Yeah, it's just dust.
Dust. Wait, Jay, what are you doing here? Jay, what's going on in here?
All right, I'm going to bed, yo.
Good night, fellas.
Fingertips can get.
All right, podcast out. See you guys in a few weeks. Later.
Yeah. Later, fellas.
All
right. Podcast is done. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
All right, dude. We'll talk, man.
All right, have fun on the cruise, guys.
We'll talk before then.
All right, sounds good.
Later on, dude.
All right, man. I'll see you. All right, so now it's just me. All right, so for you guys hanging on, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that we're not going to be able to do a show for a little bit. I tried working it out. It's just the way it worked. It is, those guys are going on a cruise. They're going to be out for just about 2 weeks. And then the following week I'm going to Tampa. So it is what it is, man. What are you going to do? Summer schedule, I guess. But yeah, dude, I tell you what, like, what are your guys' thoughts? Like boats or petri dishes. I have no desire whatsoever to go on a cruise. Like zero. I have zero desire. Like nothing against those guys. Like good for them for going. Like they're gonna have a good time. I think it's the first time they've ever had an all-inclusive thing. Like actually, I just had to hear about when I went on an all-inclusive last fall. Basically all I did was drink, basically the entire time. So, Gary with, endless supply of alcohol. Yeah, good luck to that. To anyone who has to take care of Gary while he's doing that. So, that they're gonna have a good time now. They're gonna have a good time. So, but I just have no, you don't want to go on a cruise either. I just have no desire. I don't know. I'd rather go to a place and just sit on the beach somewhere and not have to be on a boat with a bunch of people. Like, I don't know, man. Bill Burr does a great let me adjust this camera here. Bill Burr does a great thing about cruises, where he talks about you have to tie Gary to a rail. Yeah, seriously. Like they're going to have to tie him to the anchor or something. Bill Burr does a great thing. He goes, you want to do a good way of eliminating people. Start with cruise ships, and he does this natural selection type of thing. Like anyone goes on a cruise, they'll start with them, and he does this whole thing where he does the telescope, brings it down, beam, 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 shoots off the torpedo and blows up the cruise ship. Does this whole thing. It's pretty funny. So I'm not going to do it any justice. Just look it up. So Mikey wasn't on the show tonight. He is celebrating an anniversary. We got Metallica next week. It was gonna be an action-packed weekend, and then that's why I'm going to Tampa. I'm actually taking my mom to see Metallica. So that's what kind of son I am. No, it should be a good time. Now I'm looking forward to it next couple of weeks. Phillies are still down 3-1, bottom of the seventh. Not good at all. But yeah, so Dave, what's your schedule prediction for the Eagles? What's your record prediction, I should say? And Jay, what's your record prediction? Because going back to the sports thing, I feel bad. 10-7 to me is I feel dirty. I just feel dirty saying that. Like 10-7 after winning a Super Bowl, 10-7, they still make the playoffs. They're not going to be a complete flop, but I don't feel good about that schedule, and I don't feel good about the fact that they lost most of their defense. To me, it worries me, and I know that they will be good in the future. Like I think this team's gonna. Oh, yeah, same as me. Okay, I think they're gonna be fine. Like going ahead. I don't think it's like end all be all 10-7. They fire people and all that. It's not gonna be like that. 10-7, you make the playoffs. Maybe you win a game or two in the playoffs, and that's it. But I think this team with the long off season, they're a young team. That's the other thing you got to remember. But then you're hearing other things about like Jalen Hurts, like he has a different, even though he won, he still has this mindset that he still needs to prove to people things, and like I hope he does. And they still have Saquon Barkley in his prime. Like they're still going to be a good team. And 10-7 is not a slap in the face. Like I'm not saying they're not going to be a good team at 10-7. Like they're going to be a good team. It's just it's going to be a rough go. I just think it's going to be a really rough go. Wow. All right. Dave says 12-5. Okay. I hope so. I really do. Gary and Ryan had 11. But I hope you're right. Jay's saying he thinks it's the Lions. Now, to Chris's point, I don't know if Chris is still hanging on. Chris's point, though, the Lions have new coordinators on both sides of the ball. And that's a big look. We went through it in 23. We saw what happens when you have two new coordinators. It's a mess. And they're going to miss those guys. Aiden Hutchinson's coming back from injury. You don't know if you're getting 100% from him. But they still have Gibbs and Montgomery and St. Brown. They still have a really good offense. So, Peterson says because of the Eagles, the front 4D line straight up, they're a beast. Cannot stop them. I hope so. We talked about on the show that the edge rushers aren't proven yet. Like you lost Graham, you lost Sweat off the outside. So now you got Jalen Hunt, you got Nolan Smith, and you got the kid from the Chiefs. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're going to get out of those guys. It's kind of a crapshoot, to be honest with you. The only thing I can say is that you got to hope that those inside guys like Carter and Ty Robinson and whoever else is going to be doing the rotations with Robinson can get to the quarterback. That's kind of the big thing with them. And I'm a little worried about the D-line. I'm a little worried about the secondary still. The secondary is still a question mark to me. Quinyon Mitchell, yeah, absolutely. But you lost a lot of guys. DeJean's going to play. He might have to play a different position if things get bad. Like you don't know what's going to happen on the other side. Keely Ringo. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to get out of him. And then you lost. Maddox is gone, which might be addition by subtraction. But you lost Slay. And the biggest loss to me is Isaiah Rodgers. Like, I thought he was going to be a starter on that other side, and for them to let him, I shouldn't say let him walk, but he walked and he signed for more money. And the fact that Isaiah Rodgers is gone, to me, really sucks, because I think he would have been a really nice replacement piece on the other side. I think he would have been at this stage, he may have been an upgrade over Slay. CJ Garner-Johnson leaving, to me, is not that big of a deal. I know he presented a locker room presence, but I think CJ Garner-Johnson wasn't all that he was cracked up to be. I think you look at his numbers, you look at the touchdowns given up, you look at the blown coverages. I think CJ was a lot of this and a lot less of actually production. So I'm not that worried about that. I would still like to see the Eagles go out and sign Justin Simmons. I would still like to see the Eagles get a veteran presence in that secondary, just to get someone else back there. All right, so it's 3-1. Oh, we dropped the ball. Holy crap! All right, Phillies have 2 men on and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th on a error. Left fielder completely dropped the ball, so they have a chance here to do something. I don't know how this guy dropped. Turner hit a little pop up, and the left fielder slid in his glove, and out his glove. Wow, that's pretty bad. So maybe the Phillies get lucky on a horrible play. All right, so Dave says, with the East and the win the East and the rest will fall into place. I tell you what, Dave, at 12 wins, they will win the East. I hope they can get to that mark. I don't know, man. That's a very daunting schedule. No back-to-back home games, 2 back-to-back road games. The East, West, Central, East, traveling is a lot. Weeks 10 from 14. Look at the schedule from weeks 10 to 14, and look at that. Look at the traveling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't like it. Worst case in Lombardi every other year is okay. Well, fuck yeah, man, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I don't know. I hope so. Just to keep climbing up that ranking, now we have 2, get 3 next, be tied with Washington, so we don't have to hear Washington fans go, we have 3, you only have 2, and keep doing that, keep doing that climb, keep going. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. And just eventually get to Giants level and Cowboys level at 5, 6, whatever the freaking Cowboys have. I don't know what they have. 6, 5. I don't know what they have. And then we don't have to hear them anymore. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. But one at a time, man. Eagles are still in a good spot. Still in a really good spot right here. A lot of young guys in very favorable contract situations. They got to sound Jalen Carter, and they will. Jalen Carter will be signed. They'll get him locked up. They'll be good to go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, every other year. That would be great. Absolutely. Just one at a time, right? You get one more, you're tied with the Commanders and the Redskins, right? The 3 Super Bowls we had to hear about. 83, 87, 91. Those are the years. 83, 87, 91 when Washington won. That's a long time ago, man. We have 2 in the last 7 years. Like, let's go. Let's go. This is our chance. Let's go. Giants haven't won 2012. All right. I think they won 2012. 2009 and 2012, or 2008, 2012, something like that. So they have 4 or 5. And of course, we all know the Dallas story. But just like we're still, like, despite the fact that we won 2, we're still kind of the bottom although I say this, we're the only division where every team has won a Super Bowl. We're the only division in football where every single team in the division has won a Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. But we're still the bottom of the barrel because the other teams still have more. So you saw them all, Jay. Damn, that's impressive. Oh yeah, well, yeah, 83, 87, and 91. I remember 91. I remember that one. Beating Buffalo. But all right. We're going to it's me. I'm gonna call it a show. I'm called Boner Coverage. Jay, I promised you a little Boner Coverage. Dave, thank you. I don't know who else has tuned in. There's a couple other people here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I want to apologize in advance for a bit of a lull you're going to have over the next few weeks. It's going to be 3 or 4 weeks, I think, before we do another show. It's just the way it is. So, but this was a good one to kind of do that off of. We had a lot to cover. A lot of things happened. Hopefully by then, we're talking about the Phillies, leading the NL East and all that. What do we got? Bases loaded now? Bases loaded, 1 out. All right, Phillies making a run. Let's go. Not to change it up, but Sabu reports saying he was forced to take a drug. Oh, no. Oh, man. Dude, I hope not. Argument. Pittsburgh's manager is going at it with the ump, saying he didn't swing at the pitch. Can he get thrown out? No, I don't think he got thrown out. Thank you, man. All right, guys. Corner Puff Sports says, see ya until next time. Hopefully a few weeks. I'm going to try my best end of May. If not, it's going to be like mid-June. All right. We'll keep you guys posted. We'll keep posting stuff on our socials and all that stuff. So thank you for hanging out for Boner Coverage, and thank you more so for just hanging out with us in general. All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much. See ya. Good night, Dave. Take care, brother. You enjoy life as well, man. All right. We'll talk to you. I talk to you guys all the time, man. See you guys.